Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back. So for today's video, I want to talk about Bratz again, and specifically, I want to talk about the old Bratz merchandise because like doll tie-in merch is nothing new. I feel like it's been a thing for a significant amount of time. Bratz certainly wasn't the first brand to have a lot of tie-in merch, but they have so many cool pieces that I have to make this whole video, and I do need to apologize because this video was originally going to be a video just about the coolest doll tie-in merch in general, and I asked you guys for your submissions, and I had every intention of making that video, but the more I looked through the Bratz merch specifically, the more I was like, everything else to me pales in comparison. Like Bratz just really was on something else when they were making, especially in like the early 2000s, merchandise that I just didn't feel like they would be as good a video if I went like, oh, all the doll tie-in merch, that's really cool, because to me, it's the Bratz merch. Like that's the merch that is cool. So I do want to apologize for everyone who submitted answers to that question. It's not that I don't appreciate you. It's not that like I don't think that you guys had good answers. I just became so wildly invested in this. I fell so deep down the Bratz rabbit hole that this is what we're doing now. So not intentional. Again, sorry to anyone who did submit something that wasn't from Bratz, but we are going to be focusing on Bratz today. So this is going to be very self-indulgent. I'm just kind of going through and talking about old Bratz merch that I think is really sick, but hopefully that will be fun for at least some of y'all out there. If you do find yourself enjoying, if you could like, comment, subscribe, all the usual stuff. And of course, I do have my P.O. Box and Amazon wishlist in the description down below if you want to go out of your way to support me. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop on into the merch because we have a lot to get through. Alrighty, so first of all, I do need to say a huge thank you to the Lookin' Bratz database. It's a wonderful, wonderful Bratz database. It's not the only one, but like in my experience, it is the most extensive and had so much good information. Almost all of the images are from there. So huge shout out to them. This is no like particular order. Like I don't have these in like least favorite to most favorite or anything like that. I think I might have gone in year order based off of the database. But other than that, they're not in any particular order. So let's go ahead and dive in with honestly like one of the less exciting ones. This is the Flaunt It 4-piece sheet and comforter set with a bonus bracelet. I did just want to highlight this because I feel like comforter sets and bed sets are kind of a staple of doll tie-in merch. And one of you guys had mentioned them in like their responses to the original video concept. So I did want to highlight at least a Bratz one just so it's like kind of referential to the responses. I genuinely feel so bad that like I didn't go with all your responses. I don't know. I really fixated on this and I couldn't think about anything else. But yeah, the Bratz comforter set, they definitely had others. This was just like the first one that I came across that I wanted to highlight. It's only going to go up from here, I assure you. Starting off with this Express It padding kit. So I feel like if you just hear that name, it sounds a little bit odd, but it is like a like skateboard or bike or like rollerblading, that sort of padding kit. So it's got pads for, it looks like the knees, the elbows, and then like little wrist guards, as well as a water bottle. And I just think this is really cute. Again, it's not like the most out there thing. It's not something that no other doll brands have done, but I do think it's a little bit less common than stuff like the bed set. And it's just like, it is cute. It feels very nostalgic. I think the nostalgia was hitting very, very hard for me with like going through and like getting all the images and like getting all the information for this video, because even though I had, I think, none of the items on this list, it is so quintessential like early to mid 2000s, and it's so wonderful for that. And I just feel like as a kid, I would have loved to have had something like this. It's really cute. So I don't know. I don't have a reason. I just wanted to put it on here. Then we're looking at the Slumber Party 4-piece bathroom set. I like this because it's very thematic, because like I feel like a bathroom set for a slumber party line, like that kind of makes sense. Like they could have just slapped any sort of Bratz images on this and like sold it as a Bratz bathroom set, but the slumber party does just feel like that makes sense, because obviously like if you're sleeping over at someone else's house, you're gonna be like brushing your teeth and all that jazz and like, you know, washing your hands. So I just think this is really cute and really fun and like a little bit more different, something that's like a little bit more unusual. Again, I feel like as a kid, I would have been so excited to go to my bathroom and brush my teeth every morning and every night if I knew that I had a Bratz toothbrush holder and like soap holder and everything. Like I just feel like that would have made really mundane activities so exciting as a child. I don't know why this is cute, but it genuinely is cute to me. Okay. I I really was like trying originally to not put makeup on this list. And most of it is not going to be makeup or anything like that, just because I don't know. I feel like that is kind of a more common tie-in merch piece, and so it's not as unusual or as exciting because I did want to mainly focus on stuff that I thought was a little bit more unusual, stuff that I thought that Bratz did that was very unique. But also, I saw this image for specifically the Look and Bratz eyeshadow in Go Go Gold, and I want this so badly. Like, there's absolutely no way this would be safe to use on your eyes at this point. Like, this is from the early 2000s, like 2001 to 2003, somewhere in there. So I shouldn't want it because like I can't use it functionally, right? Like it would only ever be a collector's piece. And realistically, I probably won't go out of my way to buy it. But something about the packaging and the aggressive shimmer and like the shape is a star. It's just so cute and it feels so again quintessentially like 2000s. Like I can feel the era that this is from and I love it and I'm starting to get excited and I feel like I'm only going to get more so as the video goes on, so I'm sorry if I'm like irritating, but there is just something about this that itches a scratch in my brain that I didn't know I had. Like, I guess I should say this now. This is as good a point as any in the video to say this. I don't think of myself as a particularly nostalgic person. Like, there are definitely some things I'm nostalgic for, but it's not like an intense feeling that I have consistently, if that makes sense. Creating this video made me so violently nostalgic for the early 2000s in a way that I have never felt before. Like, I've never been a Y2K person, really. Like, I've never been like, oh, the fashion was great and the decor is great. Like, that's chill if you are. Like, I'm obviously not judging you if that's just stuff that you like. But I've never been that person until this video. And it's kind of ruined me, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, moving on. This is so funny. Oh my god, okay. This is the Style It Fluffy Affair wall clock. So they did make a few different wall clocks. And again, like other brands have made wall clocks, but I feel like this one is unique because it's fluffy. Like just the colors, the design, everything is already so of the era. And then wrapping it in this fluffy purple boa is just absolutely top tier. The funny thing is, this would have matched my childhood bedroom. My childhood bedroom was pink, orange, and purple. Those were like my big color schemes. I had like flowers and stuff all over. It was very like kind of groovy, but like Y2K style of groovy, if that makes sense. And I feel like this would have matched so perfectly and I would have lost my mind over it. It's just really genuinely cute and funky and I just love it. I'm going to say that so many times, y'all are going to be sick of me, but it's amazing. This might be the best entry in this video, and in fact it was the catalyst for me wanting to make the original video. This is the iconic Electric Funk Luscious Lip Phone, and I genuinely feel like this might be the most peak piece of doll tie-in merch for any brand ever. And I don't feel like I'm exaggerating. Like, obviously, I'm focused on Bratz for today. Other brands have made cool things, but this is just so next level. This was a functioning phone, like a landline phone, because back in the day, it was extremely common, like almost necessary to have a landline phone still in the early 2000s. But this was one shaped like Bratz lips, and they came in different colors. And it's just, like, again, this is not something I had, but this is so violently nostalgic to me. It's so 2000s. It's so Bratz. It's so cool in a way that I just don't feel like technology is cool anymore. I've seen a few people posting about like old Apple technology specifically and how it used to be colorful and like funky shapes and fun and like transparent and all this like crazy stuff, and how technology basically used to have really interesting design instead of just trying to be sleek and futuristic. It was like, no, let's do something weird with this. And I feel like this phone is a perfect example of this. Like, I have absolutely no use for a landline phone because, again, I have a cell phone. Like, I don't need a landline phone. But this is so cool. Like, it's just, it would have been useful when it came out, but now I feel like this is just such a cool thing to have, even if it's not even hooked up and functional. There's just something incredible about this. I could go on and on and on, but frankly, I'm kind of at a loss for words. It's just incredible and I love it. And I feel like this sort of thing needs to make a resurgence. Like, can you imagine if Bratz did a reproduction of this? Even though people don't necessarily need landlines anymore, like, even though I feel like that's a less common thing to have, I feel like it would sell out instantly because this is just so iconic. This is the Electric Funk Superstar Style FM radio alarm clock in pink as well. Again, different colors available. Here's the transparent technology. Like, there's just something extra about transparent technology, and I'm literally just now realizing, because I say so frequently on this channel that I like transparent stuff, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because I grew up in this era when, like, you could get funky looking transparent technology. This is just cute. Like, it's the star, which I feel like for a while was like a good symbol of Bratz. And it's like a alarm clock with the radio built in. And again, like, it's just so interesting to see how much technology has been consolidated into a phone. Like, a smartphone can do so much now. I don't have an alarm clock. I have my phone. This is cooler though. Like, this is so much cooler to have this funky looking alarm clock. I just love it. Like, again, I feel like I'm repeating myself and I don't have justifications for a lot of these. And so I hope this video isn't boring. I just think this is cool. I would love to see another era of like technology like this. This one I thought was really interesting. This is the Phys Ed Funk Luscious Lip Slumber Bag. That's a horrible name, by the way. Slumber Bag. Like, it just sounds weird. But I think this is like a really funny thing, and I feel like you would have been the cool kid at the sleepover if you had this, like if you brought this, because it's a 2-in-1 transforming item. So it's like a sleeping bag. I don't know why they call it a slumber bag. It's a sleeping bag, but also it's a pillow, because like the lips, you can stuff everything else into the lips and like stuff part of it into the lips and have a pillow as well. I don't know, like this is just, it's functional, obviously, but having the lips on it makes it just so extra. And again, I feel like you definitely were the cool kid at the slumber party if you whipped this out of your bag. Like, everyone, I feel like, would have been so jealous. I wouldn't know because I didn't have it. And I never encountered this in the wild either. Like, the sleepovers that I went to as a kid, no one had this. But I promise you I would have liked people more if they did. That sounds really bad. Y'all know what I mean, though. Oh my God. Oh my God. Sorry. I'm getting too excited about this. So this is another makeup entry. I know there's not going to be many, I promise. Because like there was just so much Bratz makeup, right? But this is so cool. This is the Flashback Fever eyeshadow and lip gloss cell phone. This one that I'm showing you is like the Chloe themed one, but they did have different ones for the main characters of Bratz. So it's got lip gloss in it. It has a little applicator. It's got eyeshadow in it, and it's shaped like an old school flip phone. And again, none of this would be safe to use. I'm sure that the pigment was absolutely zero, but I need this so desperately. It's just so cute and funky and different. I'm like, I just am so excitable. I almost can't talk. My cheeks kind of hurt a little bit from smiling. This is adorable. This is so just fun. Like, there's no good reason for it, but it's just fun. And I feel like that is the vibe of so many of these things. And it's just genuinely incredible to me. Kind of similar. This is the Flashback Fever perfume. This one is the Sasha one. So again, they had different like perfumes for the different characters. I don't know if they smelled different. If you had these, let me know. But like, it's just so cute. Like, I feel as though if I were in middle school and I whipped this out of my backpack and was like, hold on, I need to just spray my perfume after gym class or whatever. Like, that's such a vibe. I love it so much. And even today, as an adult, like 100% if they made new Bratz perfume, I would wear that with pride. Like, oh, what are you wearing today? You smell nice. Thank you. It's the Bratz Sasha perfume. Oh my God. Okay, I have to breathe because I have to like be semi-coherent for this video, but that would be so cool. Wow. This one's just funny to me because again, it's like a product that didn't have to happen, but I love that it did. This is the Nighty Night deodorant. Again, different ones for different characters. So this one is from Jade. Like, even Bratz deodorant. That's how far the Bratz tie-in merch went. You could buy Bratz deodorant. You could apply that morning and night. Like, that's wild to me. And I feel like, you know, having deodorant is just such a, like, mundane is the only word I can think of. It's like, okay, yeah, like put this stuff on so you don't smell bad. I would feel so much cooler doing my routine if I got to put on Bratz deodorant. Like high key, bring this back. I need like this era of Bratz again, where like you can buy Bratz everything. I just genuinely love it. Like it's just so funky. This one was the first one that startled me, and this sort of theme is going to evolve. I told my husband about this and he was like, yeah, that makes sense. So maybe I just didn't run in the same circles. Um, I don't know. I do think part of the reason this was like surprising to me is because I don't want to necessarily say that I grew up poor, because I feel like obviously there were people who were in much worse situations than I was. But I did grow up at the very least lower middle class, and it was very inconsistent, like our income. Like there were some years where my parents were like, hey, we bought an above ground pool, and then other years where I would hear them being like, yo, I don't know how we're going to pay the mortgage, right? So I did grow up slightly poorer than some people, I guess is the best way to put this. So this sort of thing never, I think, would have been something that was on the table, if that makes sense. This is a 4-tier Bratz chest. And honestly, in the best way, this looks like something that someone would customize on like TikTok and post on Etsy for sale. Like this looks like a custom art project, but it's not. This is just something that they produced. And the fact that you could buy Bratz furniture was crazy to me. Like when I was going through this, I was unbelievably shocked by it. But it's like a thing, and we're gonna get to more, and it gets even crazier than this. I think this one's really cute though. Like the design is really fun. I just could not believe that there was Bratz furniture. This one less shocking and also super cute. This is the Live in Bratz Beauty Bed Canopy. As someone who had a canopy on my bed when I was younger, this is so cute. I high-key would love to have another one now, but I've got cats and they would rip it to shreds. But this is so cute. I think bed canopies are fun. They just add a little bit of whimsy, and it's like a cute decoration piece, and having it Bratz branded obviously makes it better. This is what I was saying. This is a Live in Bratz table. You could have a whole table with like a little Bratz character on there. Like you genuinely, like I don't want to spoil too much, but you genuinely could have a whole room of Bratz furniture if you wanted to, with all the stuff they produced. And it's just mind-boggling to me because I never knew. Like when I was younger, I was aware of some of the Bratz tie-in merch, but I had no idea it went this deep. This one was crazy. This blew my mind. This is the Electric Funk Chill Out Fridge. This is a Bratz mini fridge. I already don't know what to say, and we're not even close to the end. Like there's still so much to get through, but this is so baffling and so cool, and I just can't believe that it exists, but I'm so glad that it does. Oh my god. Okay, I don't know if y'all will remember this or these things, and I'm sure that you can still buy them now, but this is the Electric Funk Splash and Style shower radio. So it is in the shape of like the Bratz star, but it's a shower radio, and we did not have the Bratz branded one, but at one point we did have this in my household when I was younger. It's a radio that is like water safe, so you stick it into your shower and then you can listen to the radio while you're in the shower. And again, I'm sure you can buy this sort of thing now, probably ones that work a lot better than like this one would, but this one is Bratz branded and it's in the shape of a star, which makes it better. These I wanted to highlight specifically because they are the Flashback Fever groove skates. Bratz made several different like roller skates as well as roller blades, but I think this one in particular is really cute and very thematic because again, it's like the Flashback Fever. So it's like kind of a retro style, and with the skates and everything, this just feels like really excellent marketing, if I'm being honest. Like to not just make skates, but to say, hey, we have this Flashback Fever line. I think one of the dolls in that line, maybe two actually, had roller skates on, like the doll wore roller skates. And to say, hey, let's make some tie-in human-sized skates, that's incredible. Again, it's just so cool. This is a Live in Bratz armchair and ottoman. I feel like I'm forgetting how amazing everything was until I swipe to the next photo, and then I'm like, oh my god, all over again. This is so fun, like having a little chair and a little ottoman for yourself in your room and having like the Bratz logo on the back. What a vibe. What a vibe. Of course, I couldn't like include that and then not include basically the same thing, but the inflatable version. This is the Live in Bratz inflatable chair and footrest, the first version, which implies there's at least one other version out there. I don't really know. But inflatable furniture was a whole other thing. Like there was inflatable furniture for dolls specifically, but also inflatable furniture for your room. And this is just something that I loved as a kid. think I think I had an inflatable chair. Kind of hard to remember. I don't remember everything, but I think I had one, and I think my cat got his little claws in there and absolutely ruined it. So, like, it's not the most practical thing, especially if you have animals, but there is just something really fun and nostalgic and 2000s about inflatable furniture. And then making it Bratz, too, is just so much more fun. Like, if I didn't still have cats, I would want inflatable furniture. There's something about it. I feel like for some people, it's absolutely probably a sensory nightmare, but for me, incredible. This is another one that I think just shows how deep the Bratz tie-in merch rabbit hole goes. This is a Live in Bratz Wheel Appeal storage bin. You don't have to have a plain old storage bin from Walmart or Target or wherever. You can have one that is Bratz branded. I don't know why you would ever need that. Because, like, at least for me, the way I use storage bins is, like, it's out of sight, right? It's not stuff that is in, like, my rooms that I'm living in. Like, it's stuff that is in storage or, like, in a closet where I'm just, like, storing things. It's a storage bin. So it's stuff that I don't necessarily need on a daily basis. And I don't see my storage bins that often. So I think it's interesting to make a Bratz branded storage bin because it just feels so unnecessary, and I love it for that. Like, do I need a Bratz storage bin? Absolutely not. But is it still cool? For sure. I about lost my mind over this, okay? These are the Rock Angels Struttin' Style door beads. Bratz made a few different door beads. They called it door beads, but it's like a beaded curtain. And I did have a beaded curtain when I was younger, and I loved it to absolute pieces. Like, I adored walking through that curtain, even though I was so bad at it. Because, like, if you walk through a beaded curtain, you'd think you'd part the beads and then walk through. No, my dumbass as a child would just walk straight through and then be confused as to why the beads got tangled in my hair. Like, hello? So, okay, I wasn't necessarily the smartest kid in that regard. I was smart in other ways, but I was not the smartest kid in that regard. However, I still think that beaded curtains were super cool. I still loved it as a child. Another thing that I would love to have now, except my cats are very rambunctious and they would destroy it. But focusing back on this, the fact that you could have not only a beaded curtain, but a Bratz beaded curtain. And like this one I like because it really shows super clearly how the beads were for the Rock Angels one. They had the Bratz characters on it. So it had like little regular beads and then Rock Angels, like little figures on there. That's so cute. That's so fun. I just love it so much. This next one is another excellent piece of like marketing decision. This is the Rock Angels Toon Tower. There was at least one other Toon Tower that I saw going through this database, but I think the Rock Angels one is really excellent because it's like a little like tower style shelf specifically designed to hold CDs. And so to make it the Rock Angels Toon Tower is obviously extremely thematic. Like whoever was doing the marketing for Bratz and like coming up with these tie-in products was so on point. Like they really truly knew exactly what should be made at any given point in time. I'm obsessed with this. It's so funky. I don't own CDs. My husband has a few. I don't own CDs. But like if I did, this is what I would want to store it because it's just like it's so extra and cute and so well designed. Like that's amazing. One of you guys actually did mention this one, so I'm at least getting one submission correct here. But this is the Rock Angels World Tour guitar game, so presumably like Guitar Hero or Rock Band, but it's the Bratz one, and it's the Bratz Rock Angels one, so again, it's thematic. I'm repeating myself over and over, and I'm sorry for that. I just need you to see these, and I need you to know that these exist, and I need you to be impressed like I was. This one was crazy. This is the plugged-in 13-inch TV and DVD combo. So this is a tiny TV that you could have with a built-in DVD player that is a cute metallic purple with the Bratz logo and a little Bratz character on it. Like, I never knew something like this existed, but it's so cool. Like, this is so funky. Imagine, like, inviting your friends over, bringing them all over and being like, oh, let's watch the Bratz watch. I just completely forgot how to speak. Imagine being like, oh, let's watch the Bratz Rock Angel movie on my Bratz TV. I love it. I actually think this might be the second coolest item on the list. Maybe. Like, the Bratz lip phone just really has a special place in my heart, but this is genuinely cool. This is the plugged-in Liptunes MP3 player. So it's an MP3 player, but it's shaped like a lipstick. And there's just something so wonderful about this. Like, the fact that this exists, the fact that you could have, you know, at the time, because I feel like most people now don't have, like, iPods, especially, like, iPod Nano is kind of an older thing. Because, again, it's been consolidated onto smartphones for a lot of people. But having an MP3 player that was not just like the iPod Nano, like the I guess mainstream one, but having a Bratz themed one that is shaped like a little tube of lipstick. I feel like I'm ascending to a higher plane just looking at this image. Like, I need stuff like this to come back in a big way, because this is just so much more fun inherently. This is where we start getting crazy, okay? Because I told you, you could have a whole room of furniture that was Bratz, and I wasn't kidding. Like, I wasn't kidding. This is the Bratz Genie Magic Computer Desk Module. Weirdly, a lot of Bratz furniture was Genie Magic branded. I don't know if it was just exceedingly popular or if it was just that Bratz in general was getting so popular that this was like the point at which they could make more furniture, and so Genie Magic was like a relevant line. I hope that makes sense. I'm so high energy right now. I no longer know if I'm making sense because I'm that excited. But like, imagine having a Bratz computer desk. Like, I just got this rinky-dink little like $30 or $40 one from Walmart. It's white. It works. It's cool. Do you know how much cooler I would be if I had a Bratz desk? This is wild. Like, I genuinely cannot believe that this got made, but I love it. And it doesn't stop there. It honestly doesn't even stop with what I'm covering in this video. Like, I couldn't possibly include every single thing that I wanted to, because this video is probably already going to be like at least 40 minutes long. And that's long enough. If I covered every single thing, we'd be here for hours. So I'm sparing you guys that. But I had to include this. This is the Genie Magic dresser and mirror. So essentially like a little, I mean, a vanity, like not like a play vanity, but like a real vanity, like a dresser set with a mirror attached to it. And of course, it's like the same purple as the computer desk, so you could have like the whole set and it could match. I'm floored. I'm floored that this is a thing. Like, this is genuinely so crazy and so incredible to me. I love it. Tony's going to come home today and I'm going to ask him if we can make our bedroom Bratz themed. And obviously, like, I'm not actually going to. Not because, like, it's not cool. Not because I'm like, oh, I'm an adult, I'm too cool for that. I'm not going to, because we already have bedroom furniture that works perfectly well, and that, like, some of which we bought when we moved. So I'm not going to renovate the bedroom. However, I think it would be really funny to ask him if we can. Maybe I will, and I'll, like, insert a clip and tell you how it goes. Okay, if you guys hear sizzling in the back, I'm cooking dinner. But I have a very important question for you.
Okay.
So, you know how I was, like, talking about all the cool Bratz tie-in merch?
Yes.
Yes, okay, I just want to make sure you remember that. And you know how you don't care how I decorate the bedroom? Yeah. How would you feel if we had a Bratz bedroom?
I hate Bratz. I tell you what, if you do that, I'm putting a bed in my gaming room and I'm sleeping in there. I'm sleeping in a different room.
But yeah, I forgot that you hated Bratz so bad.
Yeah, I don't like Bratz. The community was super mean to you way back when.
Way back when.
And I also just think they're ugly.
So that's a firm no?
That is a very firm no.
Well,
did you? I'm sorry.
No. I'm just kidding. I'm just.
Okay.
Yeah. You thought I was serious?
Oh yeah, I was like, we had a whole plan for the bedroom, and now we're doing this.
No.
Honestly, if you were going to do that, I was going to go and buy the most, like, I was going to go buy a naked gal shower curtain or something.
Anthony.
Just something to be like to fight back.
Well,
against the man.
I was kidding, so you don't have to be upset.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I would have probably let you do it, but I would have required ample payment.
Another thing we could include in our theoretical like bedroom renovation is this Genie Magic 3-door wardrobe unit. This is a whole ass wardrobe, and the whole thing is Bratz themed. There's a Bratz character on there. There's the Bratz logo. It's that purple that matches the other items from this furniture line. This is bonkers to me. Like, I'm at a loss for words. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I have to wonder, because like I said, I told Tony about this. Like, I told him that there was furniture and fridges and everything, and I was so shocked and surprised when I told him, and he was like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, Bratz was a big brand. That tracks. I'm not surprised. I need to know if you guys are also as in shock as I am, or if you guys are like, oh yeah, I knew about this and it wasn't that big a deal. Like, am I the only one who thinks this is wild? Because I think this is wild. Amazing, but wild. This one's so cute. Like, high key, I would buy this now for the doll room. This is the Home Decor Collection Fashion Chic Chandelier. I don't know. It's really hard to tell. I don't think that it like was a functioning chandelier in the sense that I don't think you had to like wire it up to the electric and like put it on the ceiling or anything like that. I think it was just like a decorative chandelier, but it's super cute. And again, high key, like if they made one today, if I didn't have to try to hunt for it secondhand, I would put this somewhere in the dollar room just for the sake of saying I have a Bratz chandelier, because that is just funny. Okay, this one, not Genie Magic. I think maybe there was one that was Genie Magic themed, but that wasn't the only Bratz line that got furniture. Okay, this is the Sweets bed frame. So again, you could literally furnish a whole room with Bratz furniture. So this is like I'm assuming a twin bed size, because I feel like that's usually what kids sleep in, but it's Bratz themed, and there's like a whole little, what's that called? Is it a trundle bed? I don't know, but it's where there's like the main bed, but then inside the bed frame you can pull out like a second mattress for sleepovers and stuff. So smart. Like, the fact that this is not only a Bratz bed frame, but a Bratz bed frame that promotes sleepovers is crazy. Like, this is so fun. Or even like if you have a little sister, like a little sibling, they could sleep in the same room. Oh my God, so cute. Like, this is incredible. This is a full Bratz cell phone, like a functioning full Bratz cell phone. So they evolved from like the plug-in landline phone to a mobile cell phone. And it was like, it literally says on here, talk and pay as you go. So you don't hook it up to a carrier or anything. It's like a prepaid Bratz cell phone. Like, that's so top tier. That's so incredible. This was not my first phone. I wish it had been. One more piece of furniture here. This is the Fashion Pixies room partition. So it's like a huge thing where you can like have this huge panel with this Bratz art on there. So if you love Bratz art, this is pretty top tier. And it's like you can set it in a little corner of your room or something, so you can like go change behind there and like have more privacy, or you could just separate a section of your room. Maybe you want to keep like your computer separate from your bed. Oh my God, I can't talk. I'm getting to that point where I'm so like excitable that I cannot talk. Maybe you want to separate like your kind of workspace in your bedroom from where you actually relax. So you separate your desk, like your computer desk, from your bed with this room partition. And it's like you could have the Genie Magic desk hidden from view with the Pixies room partition, and then you could have the Bratz bed. Like, this is insane. This is so cool. But it's not what we're ending on. We're ending on like the coolest thing ever, but I do think this is just kind of funky. This is a plugged-in kissed hairdryer. I currently want this. Like, again, I'm not going to go and like pay secondhand prices for this because I'm sure it's wild, and I'm not sure if it would be like the best hairdryer on the market, even though I'm not someone who like, kudos to you if you care about your hairdryer. As long as mine works, it works. Like, I do not have the energy to like bother with which hairdryer is technically the best, but I'm sure that this one probably does not work as well as the one that I currently have. However, if Bratz were to do like a collab now with like Conair or something and made a new Bratz hairdryer, I would lose my mind and I would buy it instantly. Like, I just want this. I just think it's funky. I think it's a piece of technology that absolutely does not need to have the Bratz branding on it, but the fact that it does is just so fun and weird and kooky, and I'm obsessed. But that's it. That's finally everything I have to talk about. I feel like I tired myself out. Like, I got so excited that now I'm like, whew, that was a lot. I'm kind of tired, but thank you for listening to me ramble about this. I have been holding this in for like a week or so. Like, I started preparation early because I wanted to give you guys time to respond. Then I ignored all your responses, so sorry again. But yeah, I've been holding in all this excitement for like a week or so, and I'm so happy to finally get it out. This was so fun for me to look into, and I genuinely wish that like other doll brands had tie-in merch that made me feel this way. I do not know why the Bratz tie-in merch feels so special to me. I don't know if it is like the era that I was looking at, so it is more nostalgic for me, or if it's just the fact that they literally would slap their name on anything, like anything and everything, and it was always cool. So sorry again for not like including all of the responses, but hopefully this video made up for it. Hopefully you guys also really enjoyed looking at all the Bratz tie-in merch with me. Let me know your favorite item down below. Probably it's the phone, right? Like, the phone's the coolest one. But definitely for sure, let me know what you think is the coolest. And if I happen to leave off your favorite, feel free to drop that in the comments down below as well. Like I said, there are so many more that I just couldn't cover. So like, let me know. I'm excited and I want to be excited with you guys. But yeah, I hope you were able to enjoy me just like ranting and raving for, let's check, approximately 50 minutes. Hopefully less with editing, but approximately 50 minutes. Yeah, I hope you were able to enjoy that. But I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day or your night or whatever it might be, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.